Have you ever watched a series before and you're like, wow, this character's really cool, but you didn't know why you like them? Well, I'm here to answer that question. When you think about this question, you have to realize there's a lot of things that come into play. One, they need to be relatable. When you're creating a character, they need to be relatable to the viewers, otherwise no one's gonna feel like they can sympathize for what the character's goals and wants are. Two, they need to have a justification for their actions. Characters need to be able to have morals and justifications for what their goals are. Like, imagine a character who wakes up one day and he's just like, hey, I'm gonna go out and destroy the world just because I feel like it. Are you really gonna care about that character at all? This plot may work for small villains that only show up for maybe half of an episode. When you try to create a reoccurring villain, make them have a reason on why they're doing things the way they are. 3. Now this one's optional, but it's definitely useful when you're trying to create a good character, and that's to have a well thought out backstory. This one comes into play for the other 2 reasons here, and that's because if you have a character with a good backstory, you can cause people to see where they're coming from and be able to truly connect with them. 4. This one's also optional, and that's being funny. When you have a character that's funny, it'll cause viewers to enjoy the experience of watching whatever film it is more than if you had a bland, only serious character on the screen for 90% of the time. Now that you're all caught up on how to create a good character, let me show you a few examples of some well-written characters. When we speak of good characters that fit these roles, there's definitely a few that pop into my mind. The first one being Deadpool. Throughout the Deadpool series, you can definitely realize that he's one character that tries to fit all the themes that I've spoken about. Fox and Ryan Reynolds definitely spent a lot of time trying to perfect the concept of Deadpool. It's a character that people would enjoy. They gave him the ability to be able to break the fourth wall, and this caused him to be more funny to the viewers that are watching. Another thing that helps him out is that he's really, extremely relatable to the viewers. When you think of that at face value, he's not really. He's a superhero that murders people for fun. Most people can't really relate to that. But when you think about him for who he really is, he's a man who lost his spouse in an accident, and he tries to create a sense of humor that most of the viewers watching can understand. Another one that comes to my mind is Omni-Man from He's by far one of the most well-written characters with his ideology on how the world should be and what he deems right and wrong. Now, most people wouldn't find him relatable or humorous, but he definitely makes it up by having rule number 2 and 3 come into play. For all you that don't know, Omni-Man is a Viltrumite and their goal is to take over worlds for their civilization. Now, what makes him unique is that the further the show goes on, his mindset starts to slowly change into believing what he's doing is wrong, and he believes he should be punished for everything he did on Earth. He tries to make it up for his crimes by helping out the civilization of bugs, and when he finally gets arrested by the Viltrumites, he lets himself take the death sentence. Now, with all this coming into play, it shows that his backstory gave him a reasoning for everything and what he accomplished in the series. The third and final character we'll be talking about is Luffy. He's another character that most people would find to be well written. His goal is to find the One Piece, to have the strongest crew on the seas, and become king of the pirates are some of the reasons why people actually love him. Luffy is a very charismatic character who most of the time acts very goofy and silly, but he switches his personality up when it's needed and knows when to be serious. His loving personality and his will to never give up have inspired a lot of people who have watched the show to actually believe that Luffy's such a great character. It wouldn't be far off to say that Luffy's personality cements him as one of the best written characters in fiction. I know this was a short video, we're just trying to sum it up for our first video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one. Peace.